I use sport, in this case it was rugby, as a vehicle, as a platform to be able to give back to my people. Professor Pena talked about it, and he said, yes it is. It's about what you can do. It's what you can do now, not in 10 years' time, not in 5 years' time, but what you can do now. And so I sympathize with all these wonderful students that are graduating, because your journey is just beginning. Your journey to serve your people. And you know, I'm reminded of a story in the Bible about Paul, the Apostle Paul, when he was taken as a prisoner. And he had to stand before Caesar in Rome. And the night before, the angel, the Lord, appeared to him. And what was fascinating, the angel, I suppose, warned him, but just assured him that there is going to be a storm, but no one's going to die. And the next day, the Apostle Paul got up early in the morning and he rounded up the captain of the ship and the staff and also his fellow prisoners. And he said, last night, the angel of the Lord spoke to me, the God in whom I belong and in whom I serve. And you know, those words jumped out at me. The God in whom I belong and in whom I serve. And you see, students, as you graduate, you cannot serve something you do not belong to. And it comes back to that word pride, personal responsibility, delivering excellence, knowing who you are. And I'm sure you're going to, add to this wonderful reputation that as not only we have achieved as Pacific Island sports people, but as graduates, as academics. Yes, you are the future, but your future starts now. It doesn't wait till 5 years' time. It's what you can do for our people. And it's all about giving, isn't it? And I think one of the things that I've learned is that any success in life is going to cost you. You know, any success, whether academic, whether sport, whether singing, it's going to cost you. There's sacrifices. And my mum, unfortunately for me, my dad passed away at the age of 48 and left my mum this huge task of bringing up 14 children. And you know, you talk about role models. Well, my hero and my role model was my mother. You see, when my dad passed away, he left very little. And what we had, my mum sold, and she bought 3 commercial sewing machines. And she taught us in this little garage with a kerosene lantern. She taught us all how to sew. And that's how the Tuigamala clan was able to survive. Yet we had nothing in terms of material things, in terms of finances. But yet, we also had everything. We had everything that our mother could ever instill in us, which was respect, love between us children and our mother, between us, me and my sisters and my brothers. So we had everything, yet we had nothing. And so I want to encourage you, whatever you have, use it to the best of your ability. Use it and make the most of it. They say that luck only comes in when talent runs out. And so I want to leave some of the things that, because there's a wonderful program yet to follow, but I want to leave you some of the things that over the years my mum have compiled, and I put it all down to the P's that my mum have shared with us, not in this order, but the first P is have a purpose. Know your purpose in life. What is purpose? It's something that gets the butterflies in you, that something that gets you out of bed, that motivates you to get out and embrace whatever that purpose is, whether it's academic, whether it's a career, whether it's acting or singing. Have a purpose. So that's the first P. The second P is preparation. Prepare. Too many of us don't take the liberty to prepare ourselves, and then you wonder why everything else falls down. So prepare yourself. Do your homework, whatever it takes. Number 3 is patience. One of the things that I've noticed in a lot of Pacific Island young men today, not so much the young woman, Pacific woman, but many Pacific young men, is they're too impatient. We want everything now. Everything's instant. Instant coffee, instant finance. Everything's instant. We want it now. But it takes time. If you want to be successful, it's going to take time. So be patient. The next one is P for perseverance. We don't persevere. We're not willing to take the hard yards, go through the fire, they say. When it gets tough, we're out of here. Don't let that be you. inspire, you know, persevere, hang in there. You know, they said when I was 18, when I first got my All Black trial, they said to me when I failed, they said, Inga, you'll never be an All Black, not with that name. You know, you might as well change it to Smith. Well, I'm telling you right now, I persevered, I hung in there, I did whatever it took to get me back into the following year as an All Black trialist, and then I got it in. And you know what? My name is so hard to pronounce sometimes. I've been called, when you're Inga the winger on the end of the rugby field, everyone calls you all sorts of names. But I'm proud because my full name is Va'aiga Tuigamala Pule Lua Le Lua Fasalai Pale Asi Yuta. 1,000 points if the game was scrapping. Persevere. And right? And the last two P's is, my mum always told me, son, it's about people. People. It's about people. If you want to be successful, you're going to have to get along with people. You're going to have to accept people's criticism. You're going to have to build people up. You're going to have to pray with people. You're going to have to comfort people. You're going to have to let people speak into your life. Inga, if you think you can go it alone, you're doomed to fail. So it's about people. Guys, students, graduates, it's about people. And that comes back to that first word of mine, team, T-E-A-M, together, everyone achieves more. And then the last P, my mum always laughs, she says, son, when all those P's failed, P is for pray. You just pray. You just pray and pray and pray that sooner or later that door of opportunity will come out. But you know, what mum also taught me is about honesty. It's about you. If you want to make a difference in our community, in your homes, it starts at home. If you want to make a difference, start at home. Start with yourself. Don't look at anyone else and blame everyone else. Because we're having a culture of a lot of young people come through where they blame everybody. It's not my fault. But it starts with you. If you want to make the changes that really inspires your family and your community, it starts with you. And I'm going to finish off with this poem. And the poem talks about you. And when I share these words, it's not the fact that it rhymes, because it's pretty cool, I think, especially for a rugby player to remember all these words. But it's the words that really counts, really important. And it goes something like this. When you get what you want and you struggle for self, and the world makes you a king for a day, just go to the mirror and look at yourself and see what that man has to say. For it isn't your father, your mother, your brother, your sister, or even your tutors whose judgment upon you must pass. The fella whose verdict counts most of your life is the fella staring back from the glass. Some people say you're a straight shooting chum and even call you a wonderful guy. But the man in the glass says you're only a bum if you can't look him smack in the eye. He's the one to please, but don't you forget about the rest, because they're with you clear up to the end. And I suppose your past, life's most difficult test, and the man in the glass is your friend. You may lead the whole world down the pathway of life and get pats on your back as you pass, but your final reward will be heartache and tears if you've cheated the man in the glass. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish you all well. To the students, it's just the beginning. May you go and enjoy it and embrace life, because that's what it's all about. It's what you can do for your families, your communities, your institutions, and for this country. Thank you for this wonderful privilege to be upstanding here. And, you know, really just wish you all the best. Give it your best. Don't worry about being the best. Just your best would do. Nō reira tātou katoa, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa. Kia ora.